What's going on, guys? So there's so much Gotham news out there, and you guys are constantly like, Juice, cover this! Juice, talk about Gotham! Juice, Jerome! So much news that I've decided to freaking put it all in this one video. Mainly, it's just a whole bunch of characters that are coming to the show, possibly coming to the show in future seasons. So we're gonna cover all of it in this one video with possibly a sprinkle of theories. So let's get into it. Obviously, the biggest thing is the confirmation of Jerome returning to Gotham. That's right, Jerome is coming back to Gotham, and it's been confirmed by two sources, one being a producer on the show saying that they are currently laying the groundwork for his return, and number two comes from Jerome himself confirming that he is coming back to Gotham with an Instagram post, well, on his Instagram, of course. That Instagram post had a photo of him looking like the Joker and read this: "Ladies and germs, catch ya in a season or two, ya ain't seen nothing yet. Jay." Oh shit! This is awesome news because if you've been following this channel for a while, you know that our biggest topic last year was Jerome and his possible return to the show. I've made multiple theory videos on his possible return, on how he can return, how he should return. Gotham, are you picking up on the hints here? Anyways, I don't want to waste too much time on Jerome because we got a lot to talk about, and plus I made a bunch of theory videos on this topic, so just go check those out. But it's just awesome to know that we will see Jerome in a season or two. As he says, hopefully we get a good storyline of his return, because if it's anything like the Ivy storyline, it's gonna be super stupid, and I just won't want to watch the show anymore. Speaking of Poison Ivy, I made a video last week not knowing that they had already released how she was going to become her older self. After reading how she's going to become her older self, I think it's one of the stupidest things that they have done on this show, and that is saying something. In my video, I said my idea wasn't original. It's been done before on other versions of Ivy, but it makes sense. Even an unoriginal idea can still fit perfectly in certain situations. Go watch the Poison Ivy video if you want to know how I would have done her transformation. But let me tell you how Gotham's gonna do it, okay? Remember at the end of season 2 when all the villains broke out of the bus? Well, apparently on that bus there was a villain that like absorbs lives or makes you older because it's taking your life force or something along those lines, okay? This freaking villain has this power to age you, and this, yeah, some shit like that. It absorbs your life somehow. But what's going to happen is Ivy is going to come across this character. This character is going to touch her, but not for long, because I guess if he holds on to you long enough, he absorbs all your life and you die. But she's going to get away, I'm assuming, and he's going to have held her long enough to boost her up to this age of whatever she's going to be in the show. And that's how she's gonna wake up reborn and older and shit. Seriously? On top of that weird-ass origin, Poison Ivy doesn't seem like she's gonna be herself. She's not gonna have any powers. It doesn't seem like she's going to be that seductive character that makes men just bend at her will. She's not gonna have a romantic relationship with Bruce Wayne. She's basically just another female character on this show. Now, I know some people out there are probably thinking, oh, you're upset that she's not gonna be a sexualized character? Can she not be something more than a sexual object? Yeah, she can be that and anything else she wants to be if the writing's good enough. Personally, I could care less if a female character is sexualized or not, as long as the writing's good and you stick to the source material. If you guys have ever read a Poison Ivy storyline, you know, yes, she is very gorgeous and sexualized, but at the same time, she is a strong fucking woman. You can freaking go back to the Batman animated series and watch some of the Poison Ivy episodes there. There is one where her and Harley Quinn are taking over Gotham by robbing all the banks and shit, and Joker is all like, I want some of this action, and when he shows up to get his cut, Ivy's all like, bitch, nuh-uh. So when I hear Gotham is going to up Ivy's age so they can bring her more into the fold of the show, but I'm not gonna get the Poison Ivy I grew up with, who is a beautiful, strong female. That's a little disappointing. But hey, we're gonna have to wait for the season to see what they actually do with the character. All I know is that origin story is stupid. The next biggest piece of news is that the Mad Hatter has been cast, and this is what he looks like. And if you're like, man, I've seen that guy somewhere before, he's from The Walking Dead. You might remember him as one of the wolves that showed up on that, small freaking story arc of that show. He was actually really good in The Walking Dead. Thought he was awesome, and when I heard that he was going to be the Mad Hatter, I was like, totally, it's awesome. I don't really got much else to say about the Mad Hatter. And, you know, they casted him. We're going to see what he does. Obviously, I think he's going to be one of the characters that Hugo Strange may have made prior to Indian Hill getting invaded, because we saw him reading the book in season 2, and he was going to create another person. So I think this is going to be part of the characters that, you know, take on a persona before actually, you know, he perfected the whole, you know, regeneration thing. So, it's going to be interesting to see what the Mad Hatter does, and I want to know if they're actually going to do the whole Jarvis Tech, I think is his name. I want to know if they're going to do that whole storyline too, because he is a master at freaking brain control and shit, and they could have a lot of fun with that character, especially with the Alice in Wonderland thing, because if you've seen the Batman animated series, there were some good Mad Hatter episodes in there, and hopefully they just really stay true to that character as well, because he is actually one of my favorite Batman villains. So let's go ahead and talk about two characters that could beat the shit out of anyone. That is Solomon Grundy and Killer Croc. You saw in season 2 that there was a character that looked like Killer Croc. I don't know if this is the actual actor that they're going to be using for this Killer Croc in season 3, and they said it's going to be a proto Killer Croc, so we might actually be meeting him before he becomes Killer Croc. So we might be meeting Waylon Jones, which would be pretty cool to see what Killer Croc looked like before he became the monster. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I mean, it would be awesome to see a little bit of Waylon Jones before that, but they were saying that we're going to see him very early on in season 3, so more than likely we'll see him in like the first 2 or 3 episodes. He might already be crocified, but we'll see. Then there's Solomon Grundy. Now, there have been hints at Solomon Grundy before because Edward Nygma lives on Grundy Street, so I feel like that's going to be the area that he gets killed in. If you guys don't know the origin of Solomon Grundy, he was like an old gangster kind of dude, I think, and then he gets betrayed by his gang and he's killed. If I'm not mistaken, it's something along those lines. He like got, I think, killed by the mob, and he comes back and he just doesn't know what he's all about and whatever, and he just kind of just destroys shit. I could have that origin wrong. I'm just really talking out of my ass at this point, but I feel like I remember that from the Justice League Unlimited show. That was the origin they used in his. But anyways, Solomon Grundy, if you guys know, is a fucking badass, and he's awesome, and I don't know how they're gonna do that, but he is gonna get reincarnated or whatever, and it's not gonna be somebody that has died on the show before. They said it's gonna be a fresh new actor, which I think is gonna be awesome, because I'm getting kind of tired of seeing all the old people return, except for Jerome. Jerome is the only one I want to see return. But anyways, yeah, so I want to see how they're going to do Solomon Grundy, because he is a big ass dude. It would be awesome, fucking awesome, if they were to get the Mountain from Game of Thrones to be Solomon Grundy. That would be great. Do it, Gotham. Other quick news, we are getting a new reporter in Valerie Vale, who is the aunt of Vicky Vale. If you know the name Vicky Vale, she's been in the Batman video games before as Easter eggs. She's also in the Batman animated series, or I could be wrong about that. She's in the comics. She's a very famous reporter. She is in the animated series, if I'm not... Whatever. But Vicky Vale is a love interest of Bruce Wayne at one point, and I'm pretty sure you've seen her in various Batman titles. But her aunt is this Valerie Vale, and she's also a reporter, and she's going to be a new character on season 3. She's just going to be a nosy reporter that gets in the way of James Gordon more than likely. Love's going to be in the air because it seems like Alfred is going to get a new love interest, and freaking Leslie Tompkins is going to be getting a new love interest that is a crooked crime boss person, and it might be one of the Falcone family, and they're going to bring back Falcone for season 3 in a few episodes, I'm assuming. I don't think she'll be dating Falcone. That would be really weird, but she might be dating a family member of Falcone, and that'll be pretty interesting because, you know, freaking Gordon... It's just, you know, that's his ex-girlfriend, and then she's gonna be dating a crime boss or something like that, and she's not gonna go over well, and he's probably gonna kill more people, so yeah. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you think of all these new cast of characters in Gotham. Woo, do you think they're gonna be good? Do you hate the Poison Ivy thing? Because I sure do. Let me know in the comment section down below. Guys and gals, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with all your Gothamites. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, guys, I'm your host, Juicebox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something about my daily dose of juice. See you guys next time. Bye! Bye.